Hello there, and welcome to episode 321 of my series where I try to play Norway perfectly on Geoguessr. That is, I aim to play the maps of each and every single one of Norway's 356 communes to a Geoguessr score of 25,000 points each. Today's commune is Os. Os is located close to the Swedish border in southern Norway. And it basically is a long, narrow strip of commune straddling the Glomma River, which runs like here. We have the village of Os, and we have the community of Dalsbygda, of Nadjordet, Narbyvoll, and Tufsingdal. Those are the main communities of the area. Is very much a logging and agricultural area. And let's see, we might have an interesting experience going up here. I've been down this road once, years and years ago. I've traveled the 3 going through. No, wait a minute, there's a 30 going through here, isn't it? A few times. Not an area I'm very familiar with, but I expect us to see a lot of pine and a lot of moss, a bit like when we did Engerdal a long time ago. I don't really know much about Os, to be frank, so let's just have a look at the facts and see what it's like. Os we go. Now, what will await us? Okay, that's at least an encouraging start. And we got street lights even, which is not always a given in these places. And I see that the scale is still not available on the map, so I guess they have done away with it for Geoguessr, which is well, I guess I won't say that it's a bit of a shame, but it is not very helpful for the aims of this series, but we'll try and make do without anyway. So let's see, what spot is this then? Os Entrepreneur. Well, so this is probably, most likely, in or about Os proper. Let's see, we're going northwest. That's an interesting direction. We're coming up the crossroads anyway. I have my doubts that this Shell station is still operating. What does it say here? It says, okay, so we're coming up to the crossroad with 30. So let's just head down there. Let's see. Oh, they got a roundabout. Well, how about that? And this is number 28 going south. Oh, right, okay. So that means that we are, let's see, where's Os again? Os is down here. So we must have been coming this way, as we're now coming into, where's the roundabout? Well, this must be here, but I guess the map hasn't caught up with the reality yet. So we got the 30 going off to either side, that way and that way. And then we got 28 going off over here. This says what's the name of the road? Kopparleden. The road to the copper. So, let's see. Nordøsterdal Electro Service. Right, so going east from here. And then we're going around this corner, so we're somewhere here. Well, actually, let's see. So we should be somewhere here then, given that we have this slight bend. So those two to the southwest should be those, I guess. And then we have this one, which must be that one. There seems to be a building behind it, so that fits. Okay, so where do we look for a guide? Actually, there's no immediate good guides here. So then we have to wing it a little bit. So we are slightly to the west of the building, and we're about a third of the width of the building. No, we're not, because if we were... there's something wrong here. There is something wrong here. Which is either misalignment, or me being wrong. Let's just have a look over here, on the bend. So let's see. Some buildings. And then we have this site, which should be this road going up here. So, okay, so let's go with this again. So if I'm looking west of this building, I should... I mean, we're about the width of that house, east of it. And that's that building. So we got to be about there. Let's try that. Okay, 6 meters. Ooh, well, at least we got a sign of sorts here, telling us we're coming up to a camping site. Well, that could be handy. I don't know if we're on the 26. The only thing I know about the 26 is that it's not the most traveled road in the country, but it doesn't have the feel of a proper main road. So Jonasvoll and Femern 2, or 2 rather. So the Femern 2 is a boat that travels the Femern Lake, which is the 3rd largest lake in Norway. Now we have to look for Jonasvoll, which will have to be, this is 5.5 kilometers. So I guess maybe it's here. I don't know. Maybe if there's another... No, there's not. So this is not the site we're looking at. Here we are. So we're on this bend right now. Okay, so that means, let's see, now I'm looking northwards. So I'm probably looking at that. And that should mean, let's see, go northwest, what? Yeah, because I'm going the wrong way, because we were north of this thing. No. Okay, that doesn't match the map, does it? So... Okay, so that's a bit curious. So say 5.5 kilometers to the campsite, which is here. And I guess this is the pier where the boat leaves from. But okay, so looking southeast. Well, I guess. But there's something very wrong. Well, the thing that is wrong is the bend we're coming up on. So we're going almost straight north. And then we're making a bend. Alright, it must be this bend. And then we're coming back. Right, okay, I got you now. Let's see. Yeah. Here we are. So now we're on this bend. So that means that we're somewhere between that bend and that bend. Ooh. Now we got some streams here. This is a very straight one. Could easily be that one. How easily? Where is the river? That is supposed to be running very, very close by. It should be... yeah, it's running here. I just can't see it through the brush. So let's see. So let's work on the assumption that we are here. If I move a little bit northwards, I will find another broker route there, I think. Let's see. Should be closer in on it now, unless it's the thing coming over here. I think that's quite likely. Could be a brook running like so. I'll look a little closer to the bend. That's not a brook, and now we are pretty much on the bend. So the last thing I'm going to do is going to go the other way and look for this brook here, although that might be quite a distance. Should be over here somewhere. Let's see. Could possibly be... oh, here we are. So that's that one, I believe. It's got to be. Okay, so in that case, it looks like this is our best shot. Let's try that. Bullseye. Oh, nice. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. And we are quite not yet at the brook. And so we should be about here-ish, I think. Yeah. Oh well. Interesting but hard map. This will take a while. Take two. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, I don't know quite what happened there. I thought I hit record. So, but yeah, we are halfway through the second playthrough. I don't know what happened there, but I was fairly sure I'd pressed record, but hey, that's how it goes. Anyways, as you can see, we have finished up the two first rounds. Actually, I don't remember the first round anymore, but I think the first round looked pretty much like this one. And the second round was back on a gravel road where I missed out in the first round, and I was able to... it was more or less the exact same location, and I was lucky to be able to pinpoint it properly, at least within 19 meters. Which is sufficient. It's not awesome, but I'll take that. So yeah, here we are probably back on the 28 for the third round. And let's rather win away bit of the 28. And it's actually so win away that it is going southwest for a little bit. So that could be useful. This sort of suggests that we are in this area, maybe. At least it seems to be the most likely one. So let's see. It also seems like we're sort of high up. Okay, so that was west, and now we're northwest, and now we're going. Okay, so here we've got a river slash lake. That's a big knuckle in the river, which is having me starting to doubt myself as to where we are. So this could take a little while to figure out. Let's see what it says over here. 400 meters to campsite. Okay, let's see. Hopefully the campsite has a name. And within a little bit we'll be past the slow bug as well, I hope. Abbarodden. I think that means something like perch point or something. Abbarodden, yeah, perch point. So what could that be? Ah, there we are. So that must mean we were somewhere before this bend, right? Because that's the only... Let's have a look now. So here we're going northwest. Yeah, that sort of fits with what... sort of fits is the right word. This looks like it could be easily missable. So... yeah, that's probably this bend that we just went around. There's a short stretch before it goes this way. And then we're gonna have that big bend here. So I'm just gonna confirm that. So I don't make an utter burger myself. But yeah, this is the big southwesterly bend, this one. Okay, so I said that means that we are here-ish. That's gonna be a fun one. Not big on visual references, this place. But we have this one. We're sort of midway between them, slightly closer to that, I think. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 4. Okay, so 4 from this bend. And the other way we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4. We're actually midway between these two bends. So I'm going to say there. I don't quite like that, but I'm not quite certain where this bend actually starts, whether it starts there or there. I like the look of that better than that, so I'm going to place it... I'm going to place it there. Okay, and now, are we back? Are we back where we were in the first playthrough? Not quite. But still looks sort of familiar. No, please go the way I point you to. Come on. Be a good little compass thingy. Because here we're going upwards. Okay. Now, that little access road should be visible somewhere. We'll go northwest. Big open field on the side in the woods. More house numbers. But this does look familiar. I think this is close to that toll road in the first playthrough. What does it say here? Beckvoll, the Brook Hill. Let's come up here. Yes. So where was that again? That was that up here? Yes. The Nerdal Nature and Cultural Trail. So I guess we're close to one of these things. Either that one or that one. So we had a road there. We have a bend. Let's see, which am I most inclined to think it is? I'm actually more partial to this one right now. But that... No, that's not right. Okay. So there's this one, but that straight seems too short. And then I forgot about the bouncing back thing. It sort of matches that road though, but it matches this one even better. Which I think is a bit unfortunate. No, forwards, you ninny, come on. Wait, here's a road. Well. Let's have a look around this bend again. We just crossed the stream, didn't we? It's gotta be that one. And then there's nothing much happening, right? No roads, no nothing. Slight bend, and then we're gonna come up on this little road to the side over here. Okay, so we are on this stretch. There are two ways to do this. And it actually seems that I don't particularly relish the count to a bend that is this ambiguous. So I'm going to count to that road, and then I'm going to count between these two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to that road, okay, and then to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to say 5 to both of them. So equidistant, that will be, and maybe slightly further. I'd say about there. Oh, this is tricky. It's so... Well, we'll go with it. Yes, nice. Final round. I was praying for some houses in my mind, but didn't get any. But at least there's a little sign that says we're on 3 kilometers away from something, and that we're on the... Well, it probably says the 26 anyway. Yeah, I believe it says the 26. So that way, 3 kilometers is something. Now we got this little loopy thing of the river, and we are heading quite northerly. So that could suggest... Oh my word. If we are on any of these, I'm in... No, wait a minute, that's the wrong valley. Let's get on the right valley instead. So we could be here. We could be here. Let's have a look here first. Now there are several places that go very close to the road, like that one for instance. But I don't think we are there yet. Some slight bends. Could be on one of these oxbow lakes as well. Or we could be here. Let's probably not right. Okay, let's go south and see if we see an access road. Here's an access road. Well, not really. There's a field, and when there are fields, there are farmers. And where there are farmers, there are farms. Funny how that works. Let's see, and here we're coming up on a site of some sort. Does it say... Right, how much do you want to bet that is Perch Point or Obodnese? Or whatever the name was. No. It's not. It's Jonasvollen. Okay, and that means that we are... Yeah, that actually means that I was pretty much right. So the question is, are we on this one or this one? Yeah, the road goes slightly off to this... Okay, so basically I have to decide whether it's that one or that one of the curves in the river. Because we're definitely on a curve in the river here. And the bend starting down here, or maybe even there. Well, down here is the one heading into this crossroads to the Jonasvollen campsite, which is like way out here. Okay, so we have to determine whether we're on that one or this one. And there is a slight bend in the road here. Abouts. Well, actually, it's more over there. And that is the one confusing thing here. And then the road curves the other way. Is there a brook here? Possibly, but I can't see one. It's actually quite likely that there's a brook running out here. But that doesn't fit the layout of the river. Let's move on a little bit. So the river should be coming up close to the road again. Wait. Okay. Right. That's interesting. So we could actually be sitting right on top of this thing. But I have some rather strong doubts about it though, but because we're not that close to this bend. I mean, this brook should be... Let me get these fields here. So the brook on the map should be... It's probably coming down here. That seems more likely. Having this field line here. That's definitely not the brook. The road has a... This road is so weird. From this angle, this bend looks massive. From this angle, well, actually... Ooh, okay, but... Alright, so I know I'm looking at this bit of river, We're not there. The river is coming down over there. I can actually use that as a sort of guide. So if I'm looking east, I'll be snipping part of the corner here. But this is so easy to get wrong, oh my word. There's no other point of reference whatsoever. Let's see. I have a feeling we are even further up. Let's have a look at that eastwards again. Alright, and then move down slightly for a further review of the river. Not an easy decision to make. So I'm just cutting this bit. Ooh. And then this, whether the river is at its closest proximity there or not. Let's see. Sort of seems to be, doesn't it? So let's compromise and put it there. Wait, perpendicular, perpendicular, perpendicular would be about here, right? 90 degrees. Ooh, let's try that. Yes. Ooh, and color me sufficiently sick of the 26. That's one of the most imprecise rounds I've played. I think the record stands at 71 or 72 meters. And this was a monster map. But okay, we did it in the end. That is Oos played to perfection. Right, that and episode 321 done. Check in tomorrow for episode 322. Until then, bye-bye.